Hello everyone, welcome on my channel JJ Learning Classes. In this video, you are going to learn or revise exercise 2.5 of this chapter, fractions and decimals. I have already uploaded four videos with regard to this chapter explaining the previous exercises and concepts. You can find in description box and you can watch those videos as well. So let us continue here. How to get the solutions of these questions of exercise 2.5. So the very first question is asking you which is greater. We have the six options here. The very first option is asking 0.5 or 0.05. So we have to compare 0.5 or 0.05, which one is greater. So first we need to convert these two given decimal numbers into their equivalent fractions. 0.5, we know this is what the 10th place value we call it, and we write it 5 upon 10, and 0.05 having the place value that is 100, so we write it 5 upon 100. So when we convert these two decimal numbers into their equivalent fraction, so we find here 5 upon 10 and 5 upon 100. Now we have to compare these two proper fractions here, 5 upon 10 and 5 upon 100. But how to compare this? Just to compare two fractions, either we can have the same numerator or we can have the same denominator. So we have the numerator same or denominators different, or we can convert the denominator into equivalent fractions by multiplying with any number and making the denominator same. We can compare them. So either by the comparing numerator having the same denominator or comparing the two fractions having the same numerator, we can decide which one is larger and which one is a smaller value. So here we have the 10 as the denominator, so we have taken the equivalent of 5 upon 10, that is we have to multiply it with the number 10, numerator 5 10 times becomes 50 and denominator 10 times become 100. So we are going to compare the numerators having the same denominator here. So now we have the denominator 100 and this 5 upon 100 already we have for 0.05. So now we can compare it. So once you compare the numerator, now we see 50 is greater than 5. So having the same denominator, the fractions with the the fraction with the larger value of the numerator, we make the larger fraction. So here we have 50 upon 100 greater than 5 upon 100. So we can say that 0.5 is greater than 0.05. If you want to compare the same 0.5 and 0.05 same given decimal values by just observing the numerator, so you can see this 5 is the numerator and here we have the 5 as the numerator. So when the numerators are same, where we have the lesser value of the denominator, that fraction will be larger. So 5 upon 10 means 0.5 will be the larger value. So this is how you need to compare it, either by observing the numerator or by observing the denominator with same numerator. So this is the way you need to solve it. Either you can use any of the suggested two ways to solve it, by comparing numerator or by comparing denominator having the other same value. So rest of the part you can solve it. For the rest of the parts you need to follow the same steps. You will convert them into their equivalent fractions, and then you can make either numerator or denominator equal, and then you can compare it easily. Now we have question number 2, express as rupees using decimals, and the very first part we have been given here 7 paise. We already know that 100 paise makes rupees 1 and 1 paise will be equal to rupees 1 upon 100, or in decimal you can say 0.01 rupees. The very first part 7 paise means 7 times rupees 1 upon 100 and it makes 7 upon 100, and we write it in decimal form, that is rupees 0.07. Now the second part we have here 7 rupees 7 paise. So rupees 7 plus we already have converted 7 paise, that is equal to 0.07 rupees. So we have simply added it and the answer is rupees 7.07 rupees. And the third part you can see it here 77 rupees 77 paise. So rupees 77 we have written it with the symbol of rupee here, and then 77 paise, make it 1 upon 100 times to convert it into rupees and you get 0.77 rupees. And once you add them, so integral value is here rupees 77.77 paise. So I hope you understood the different parts how to solve it, and basically we need to multiply the given paise to convert it into rupees by rupees 1 upon 100, and then we get the value in rupees. So now we have next question number 3. Question number 3 is asking you express 5 centimeter in meter and kilometer. So and the second part is here express 35 millimeter into centimeter, then meter, and then kilometer. So we need to get to know the relation between the smaller units and the larger units, then you can easily solve it, and you can also compare how many smaller units make one single unit of larger value, and how many one single unit of larger value makes the smaller unit. So this is what the relation between the smaller and the larger units you need to understand. So we already know that 100 centimeter that is equal to 1 meter. So how many centimeter will be equal to kilometer? So we know that 1000 meter makes 1 kilometer. So make 1000 times both side. So here 1000 times 1 will be 1 kilometer, 1000 meter, and then 1000 times 100 will be here 1 lakh centimeter. So here we have 1 lakh centimeter, that is equal to 1 kilometer, ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh. So we have here 1 lakh centimeter, that is equal to 1 kilometer, and then in 1 centimeter how many meter is there involved? 1 upon 100. And in 1 centimeter how many kilometer will be there? So 1 upon 1 lakh kilometer. So this is what the basic relation you need to know between the smaller units and the larger units to solve such question. So now 5 centimeter is equal to 5 times 1 upon 100 meter. So whenever you are going to convert centimeter into meter, you multiply it with 1 upon 100, because 1 centimeter we know already 1 upon 100 meter. So many, for one unit we already know the relation, for many we need to multiply simply. So 5 times 1 upon 100 will be 5 upon 100 meter, and then you convert it into decimal value, decimal form. So 500 means 0.05 meter. Similarly for 5 centimeter, to convert it into kilometer you need to multiply 5 with 1 upon 1 lakh kilometer. So once you write it like this, 5 upon 1 lakh, it becomes 0.00005 kilometers. So this is how we simply convert it into decimal value, and then we convert the smaller units into larger units. Now second part of the question is saying that express 35 mm in centimeter, in meter, and in kilometer. So you need to get to know the relation between millimeter, centimeter, millimeter and meter, and millimeter and kilometer. So we know that 10 mm, 10 millimeter makes 1 centimeter. So how many centimeter will be equal to 1 mm? So divide both side by 10. So 10 divided by 10 becomes 1 mm, and 1 divided by 10 becomes 1 upon 10 centimeter. So you can simply say 1 mm is 1 upon 10 centimeter. 1/10 of centimeter becomes 1 mm, and this is what the relation between millimeter and centimeter we have. Now the millimeter is to be converted into meter also, so we need to get to know the relation between millimeter and meter here. So 1000 mm makes 1 meter, and 1 mm will be equal to 1 upon 1000 meter. Similarly we have here millimeter and kilometer. So how many mm makes 1 kilometer? So here we have 10 lakh millimeter. 10 lakh millimeter, ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakh and 10 lakh. So 10 lakh millimeter makes 1 kilometer, and 1 mm is equal to 1 upon 10 lakh kilometer. So this is what the relation between the smaller units and the larger units. Now we need to simply multiply to convert the different, to convert into different units. So 35 mm we have 35 times 1 upon 10, so 35 upon 10 centimeter, and you convert it into the decimal value, that becomes 3.5 centimeter. Next we have 35 mm in meter, so 35 mm will be multiplied with 1 upon 1000 meters, so simply got multiplied, and you have written here 35 upon 1000 meter. So this is what 0.035 meter we have, and to convert 35 millimeter into kilometer, we need to multiply it with 1 upon 10 lakh, and we get the result here 0.000035 kilometer. So this is how we convert the smaller units, either by dividing or multiplying with the the conversion relations. So first you need to know the relation between the smaller and the larger units, then you can easily convert any of the given values from smaller to larger units or larger to smaller units. So I hope you understood this question number 3. So now we switch on to the next question. Question number 4. The question number 4 is asking you express in kilogram the different three parts here: 200 gram, 3470 gram, and then we have 4 kg, 8 gram. Now we have to convert in kilogram, so we need to know the relation between gram and kilogram. So how many gram makes 1 kg? So gram, 1000 grams make 1 kg here, and if you want to know how many kgs are there in 1 gram, so here we have 1 gram is equal to 1 upon 1000 kg. 1,000th of the gram is equal to 1 gram here, and in decimal you can write it 0.001 kg if you want to write it in decimal value. So here we have 200 gram, that is to be converted into kilogram. So we need to multiply 200 gram with 1 upon 1000 kg. So 1 gram is equal to 1 upon 1000 kg. So 2 gram will be 2 upon 1000 kg, or 5 gram will be 5 upon 1000 kg. Similarly, 200 gram will be 200 upon 1000 kg. So here we have converted it into decimal value, and that is 0.002 kg. Similarly, for the second part, we have divided by 1000, or you can say you have multiplied the given value with 1 upon 1000, and this becomes 3.470 kilogram. Now next 4 kg and 8 gram. So 4 kg we have separated, that is already in kilogram, and plus 8 upon 1000 here. So 8 upon 1000, 8 gram got converted into kg by multiplying with 1 upon 1000. So 8 times 1 upon 1000 becomes 8 upon 1000 kg here. And now we have 4 kg plus 0.008 kg. So we have added it, and the answer is 4.008 kilogram. So I hope you are getting the solutions, which I'm explaining very minutely how we have to convert the given different parts in kilogram. Now next we have the question number 5. Write the following decimal numbers in expanded form, and the very first part is 20.03. So in expanded form, we first find out the place value of the given number. So we have here 0 as the ones and 2 as the tens. So 0 into 1 and 2 into 10. And now on the right side of the decimal we have this 0 as the 10th and 3 as the 100th. So 10th means 1 upon 10 here, 0 got multiplied with 1 upon 10, and 3 is having the place value 100, so 3 times 1 upon 100. So this is what the expanded value of the given number. So now similarly next in the expanded form of the given number will be in the similar way, and the second, third, fourth part, all the parts you can see, simply we have multiplied with the place value of that number on the both side, before the decimal and just after the decimal here. And it's very simple to understand how we count the place value of the given number in a whenever we have been given any value here, like 2.034, here we have the place value of 0 as 10th, then 100th, then we have 4's place value 1000. So and 2's place value is 1 here, so 2 times 1, 2 into 1, then 0 into 1 by 10, 3 into 1 by 100, 4 into 1 by 1000. So for any given number, the place value you need to count, and you need to understand what is the place value, and then you need to multiply it just to write in expanded form. So I hope this question number 5 is clear. Now next we have question number 6. This is write the place value of 2 in the following decimal number, and the very first part is 2.56. So place value of 2 is here ones. In case of second part, the place value we have here tens. Third part, place value of 2 is tenth here, 1 upon 10. And the place value of 2 is hundredth in the fourth part, and thousandth in the fifth part. So this question is so simple, you can understand by your own by counting the place value of the number. Now next is question number 7 here. So let us read what does the question say. Dinesh went from place A to place B, and from there to place C. A to place A is here, and then place B is here. So A to B and then B to C. The Dinesh has gone from A to B and from B to C. So A is 7.5 kilometer from B. So the distance between AB we have been given, that is 7.5 kilometer. This is what we have been given. And now from B, and B is 12.7 kilometer from C. So the distance between the vertex B and C we have here 12.7. So this is here we have 12.7 kilometer. Now next we have the another boy, that is Ayub. Ayub, he went from place A to place D, and from there to place C. D is 9.3 kilometer from A. So distance between A and D we have 9.3 here. 9.3 is the distance between A and D. And next we have been given C is 11.8 kilometer from D. So distance between C and D we have 11.8. So you can write 11.8 between C and D. Who traveled more and by how much? So distance traveled by Dinesh is AB plus BC. Very simple, we need to add it. We have added both the values of distances AB and BC. We have got 20.2 kilometer, the distance covered by Dinesh. Now distance traveled by Ayub, we have here AD plus DC, and both the distances we have added 9.3 and 11.8. We have got 21.1 kilometer. So we compare both the sums here, 20.2 kilometer and 21.1 kilometer. So 21.1 is greater than the value 20.2. So we say that Ayub traveled more as compared to Dinesh, but by which value? You get the subtraction of both the numbers, both the sums, and it is 0.9 kilometer. So by 0.9 kilometer. So this is how the statement you need to write. You need to write the statement properly, and the statements are very important in problem sums. So you need to follow the steps and the statements accordingly. So I hope this question is quite clear. Now question number 8 we have here. Shyama bought 5 kilogram 3 gram apples and 3 kg 250 gram mangoes. Sarla bought 4 kg 800 gram oranges and 4 kg 150 gram bananas. Who bought more fruits? Here the solution is saying that the total fruits bought by Shyama. The first lady, Shyama, she has bought the two types of fruits. We have to add their weight, or you can say the mass of fruits here, not weight. Weight is the concept of force. So weight is very different from mass here. So we have the mass here, mass of fruit apple and the mass of fruit mango we have here. So fruits 5 kg 300 gram, and the mangoes we have 3 kilogram 250 grams. So we have added kg with kg here. So 5 3 becomes 8 kg. So 5 kilogram plus 3 kilogram becomes 8 kilogram, and then 300 gram with 250 gram, it is 550 gram. So now we need to convert this 550 gram into kilogram by multiplying it with 1 by 1000. We already know this. So it becomes 550 upon 1000, 0.550 kg, and total we have got the mass of the fruits, both the fruits, apples and mangoes, we have got 8.550 kilogram. So now the second lady Sarla is here. Sarla has got total fruits 4 kilogram and then 800 gram, that is the oranges, and then bananas she has got 4 kg 150 grams. So again we have added kg with kg, 4 kg added with 4 kg, that is 8 kilogram. Then 800 gram and 150 grams make 950 gram, and we have to convert it into kilograms, so divided by 1000. So we have got 0.950 kg. So here we have 8.950 kilogram. So we compare both the masses of the fruits here. So we see that 8.950 kilogram is greater than 8.550 kilogram. Hence, Sarla bought more fruits. By comparing their masses of fruits, we have got that which lady has got the more of the fruits. So now we have the answer is Sarla. Now question number 9 is, how much less is 28 kilometer than 42.6 kilometer? So here we have to take the difference of both the numbers. So larger value is 42.6 and the smaller value we have 28.0, and the difference is 14.6. So we said that 28 kilometer is 14.6 kilometer less than 42.6 kilometer. So this is one of the very simplest question in this exercise you need to solve. Simply you need to do the difference and you need to find out the answer. So I hope you have understood all these 9 questions very well. You can watch the video again. If you have any doubt in any question, you can write in comment box. Thank you so much. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.